Good morning and welcome to the Daily Calibration, the show that helps you start your day the unshakable way, clear, focused, and in control. I'm your host, Will Carter, and today it's the start of a brand new week. So I invite you to take a moment here before anything starts to pull your attention, before the day starts to take shape. There's a simple question to answer here, and it's one that most people will never even consider. Who is going to show up this week? Who are you being this week? I'm not asking what you're doing, what's on your to-do list, what's on your goal list, but who are you actually going to be as you move through the next few days? Most people will never answer that. Most people will never consider that. They'll let the week decide for them, right? They'll wake up and things will demand their attention. It gets pulled in many different directions, and before they realize it, they are reacting. The version of them that they are being is on defensive, right? It's whatever the external world is telling them they are. That's leaving it to chance. And you can feel the difference when that happens. The week feels scattered. We divide our attention, right? We're inconsistent on the things that matter. And more often than not, a person may start strong and then drift, only to try and recover later in the week. And it's never because they don't know what to do. It's because they didn't decide who they were being deliberately. So I want to invite you to pause for just a moment before you start your day, before the messages, before the emails, before the task list, before the external world gets to tell you who you are. You have an opportunity to choose. Who are you going to be this week? Think about it for a moment. Think about the version of you that you truly want to occupy. The version of you that is calm, fulfilled, not moving from a position of frantic striving, trying to achieve in order to earn worthiness. No, the version of you that knows that you are the operant power of your life, that you are the one who gets to choose who you are being, regardless of circumstances. Think about that version of you for a moment. Calm, consistent, powerful. They do what matters. They finish what they start. And they do it from a position of knowing that they are always in control of their internal state. Go ahead and take a moment now to step into that version, embody it. You don't need to create or build this version of you. It already exists and you know that. I want you to recognize it and really start to feel the body adjust. You might feel your body sitting a bit more upright. Your breathing might become a little bit more deep and calm. And there's a clarity to this version of you, a sense of direction. There's less reactivity, less noise, and more internal control. And I want you to decide right here, right now, that this is who you are going to be this week. The world is not going to change. The circumstances are the same. The tasks that need to be done haven't changed. But you have changed. The version of you who is doing those things has changed. And by practicing this, you don't leave your state to chance. You get to decide. And once you've chosen your state, your identity, everything else becomes simpler, right? When you sit down to do your work, you're doing it from that state. There's no question whether you are good enough or worthy enough. You have already decided that you are. And now you will act from that position, right? When something tries to pull your attention away, you're no longer going to be reactive towards it. You can notice it and then decide whether it's worthy of your attention. Think about it. When things get busy during the week, the circumstance doesn't change, but you change. Who's noticing it? Who's relating to it? That changes. The circumstance does not have power over you anymore. You get to choose whether it deserves your attention. And this really helps you create a strong week, right? It's not intensity of action. Action will flow. Action is necessary. But the determinant of whether you will be fulfilled this week, whether you will act from your chosen state this week, is in terms of who you are being. Right? So today, I want you to keep it really simple. You're not trying to solve the whole week today. We're just setting the standard for who you are going to be. And I want you to ask yourself this question. Who am I going to be this week? Am I leaving it to chance, or am I deciding it deliberately? And then bring that into today, because it starts right here, right now. As soon as this calibration ends, what is the first action you're going to do today? The first decision. That moment where you have the choice to follow the old conditioned pattern or live from your chosen state. So go ahead and lock this in now. You get to decide who shows up today. You get to choose who you are being. So let's go ahead and say, I am. And then whoever you are going to be today. Take a deep breath and really let that settle in your body. The freedom that we have is not the freedom of circumstance. The world is the world. The circumstance is the circumstance. Your freedom is in choosing who you are going to be, your identity, your state. Because remember, you are awareness, moving through states. You're not bound to any state. You're conditioned. You have conditioned responses. You have conditioned interpretations and perceptions on the world. But you are never that prisoner. All it takes is awareness to be able to move from reactive, from fear, into peace, into calm, into fulfillment, into power. And that is how you choose to change deliberately. So go ahead and take one more deep breath. Really let that settle into you right now. And remember, you don't get what you want in life. You only get who you are being. So the only question that matters this week is, who are you choosing to be? So choose it, stay unshakable, and I'll see you for tomorrow's calibration.